Greetings and welcome to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel. So, in this video, I'd like to talk about the many revisionists that we have in mainstream and out of mainstream and anywhere else, actually. So, a revisionist is somebody who tries to change history and tries to rewrite, to rewrite the facts. Now, there is an old clay tablet that was found, and it was given the name Plimpton 322, probably Plimpton after the name of the person who discovered it. And it's really an unremarkable tablet. And so, it has some Pythagorean triplets. It also has some special ratios, which I'll discuss in a moment. But there's nothing remarkable about it. And uh, one of the people who have been propagating this revisionist history or revisionist theory is Norman Wildberger, by the way. So, um, claiming that the Babylonians had trigonometry. The Babylonians didn't have trigonometry. They didn't even have trigonometric tables, as he and his colleague from New South Wales University falsely claim. So, I think the one thing that attracted Wildberger to this particular video, and go to it quickly if I come up to this point here. So let's just stop, let's say over here. Yeah. So he's really ranting and carrying on about how the Babylonians used exact measurements. So, for example, he's saying that this hexadecimal representation, and I'll show you an example now, is an exact measurement of the sides of a right angle in a rectangle. And so he constantly talks about how the Babylonians wrote in hexadecimal 562904, and then he misleadingly represented it as 914 with some repeating decimals. Apparently, this here simply means 56 over 60 plus 29 over 3,600 plus 4 over 216,000, okay, which comes to 203, 344 over 216000, and these two have a common factor of 16, and they reduce to I think it's 12709 over 13.5. Okay, so somehow Wildberger thinks that this representation here is exact, but this here is not exact. I don't understand his reasoning. I don't understand what he's getting at. So, if you look at these numbers here, there's nothing special about them. 12709 has a prime factorization which looks like that. Okay. And it has roughly 4 divisors. One, I think, 71, 179, and of course itself. Those are the divisors. And of course, 13,500 has 48 divisors and quite a lot of factors, in fact. I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong factorization there. That's the factorization of 13,500. Factorization of 12,709 is just 71 times 179. Okay, but anyway, the big deal is that this here is not at all better than this representation here, but Wildberger carries on about it sort of for about 15, 20 minutes in this video, where he is discussing this with his colleague Daniel. So, The Babylonians did not have trigonometry. The Greeks discovered trigonometry. They did not have a proof of the Pythagorean theorem. Nobody except the Greeks were the first to record a proof of the Pythagorean theorem. And they were the first to discover the trigonometric methods that you use today: sine, cosine, etc. So be very careful to fall for smoke and mirrors, because you'll see a lot of smoke and mirrors in Wildberg's videos, by the way, and he has a lot of subscribers, 120,000 almost. It seems people are attracted to trash. So Wildberger does have some good videos, but the majority are just an absolute joke. He calls himself somebody who disagrees with the mainstream view that there are real numbers, but he doesn't have an alternative. And then he disagrees that the mainstream have a definition of number, but again, he doesn't have an alternative, and he has no formal definition of number either. So that's all I'm going to tell you now. And I'm going to place links in the details section, which you can look up and study on your own time. If you're not already a subscriber, become one, click like, become a follower on Academia, tell your friends about this, and hopefully I'll be chatting to you sometime soon. My name is John Gabriel, and this is a new calculus channel. Goodbye.